Happy Valentine's Day. Hope you guys are having a great day. I hope you have somebody in your life that you can spend some time with. If you don't, well, there's the gym. The gym's always available, always there for you. Just a thought. Anyway, today is first day of bulking. I've made the switch. What does that mean? That means calories are going to go up. That means carbs and other macros, the profiles have changed. Protein stays pretty much the same. I bump it up just a bit because I am older. So older people tend to need more protein than a younger person. We don't convert it as well. So I bumped up my protein. I have bumped up my carbs, and my fat gets bumped up just a teeny weeny bit. Just to give you an idea, I was on 2,000 calories during my cut and doing cardio in the morning, cardio in the evening, and doing my workouts every day. Now that I'm in a bulk, it's going to be cardio in the AM, 2,700 calories. Uh, I know that that sounds like a lot, 700 calories up, but it really isn't because of the expenditure through my day with walking at work, doing my cardio in the morning, working out every day. It's going to balance out a little bit. I'm expecting to see about a half-pound gain per week, hopefully of lean muscle mass. Some of that will be fat. There's no way around it. There's no way I can get close to it, but figuring out my calorie expenditure and my calorie intake and getting those things to match and be exactly what my muscles need to grow and low enough that my body fat doesn't accumulate. It's kind of a hard math problem to figure out because it's different from individual to individual. So the plan is 2,700 calories, and my macros are my macros. I do keep weighing. Just because I'm in a bulk doesn't mean I stop weighing my food. You've got to weigh your food, or at least know what you're putting in your body. And do I weigh 100% of the time? No, that's not realistic. 90% of the time, 95% of the time, I do weigh my food. There are times that people bring food into work and they share with the crew. There's times where I'm on the road and I have to eat out. During those instances, online, you will find pretty much any food that you can think of, and somebody has listed those macros for you. You may not be able to weigh it. So if somebody brings something in and they're sharing it with the crew, you kind of have to guess at what a portion size looks like. And you get better at that. When you start weighing food, you get an idea of what a portion looks like. And trust me, it is not what you think it is. If you are not weighing your food and uh, you're just eating when you're hungry throughout the day, I promise you, you are not eating single portions. This is America. America is big portions. We've been programmed to expect big portions. When you get a scale and you start weighing out your food and you find out what a portion looks like, I promise you'll be surprised. Eating out at fast food places and restaurants, once again, the internet is very helpful. Somebody has already broken down those macros. Um, I just enter in what I'm eating at that restaurant or fast food place. I do eat fast food. I try not to eat it very often, but I do. It's convenient, and you got to get something in you. So you got to do what you got to do. The saving grace on that is restaurants are out to make a profit. So they are not going to just arbitrarily give you portions and mass amounts of food without knowing how much food they've got going out to their patrons. So their portion sizes are going to stay pretty uniform. So if you look at the macros on the internet, it's going to be pretty close to what you've got that you're consuming. As far as the food that I'm eating, bulk does not mean go out and pig out on sweets and eat a bunch of junk and just junk bulk. No, 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 no. To give you an example, my cutting breakfast was a single pack of oatmeal, 2 egg whites, and a protein shake. That was breakfast every morning for however many months I was cutting. This morning, it was 2 packs of oatmeal, 3 full eggs, and a yogurt drink 20 grams of protein in that, and an orange. And I was able to cook my eggs in butter, which is nice. And I was also able to add raw honey to my oatmeal, which changed the flavor profile. I was suffering through eating oatmeal every day. You add a little bit of honey, and wow, changes everything. That is putting me up into my bulk macros. The food hasn't changed. The portion size has changed. Still tracking it, still keeping things in check. So this morning's weight, 190. I don't know if you know about carbs. When you increase carbs or when you have carbs that are accepted into your body, accepted, that's not the word I'm looking for. I really don't know what word I'm looking for. Anyways, for every gram of carbs you take in, a carb retains 2 to 3 grams. A gram of carbs retains 2 to 3 grams of water. So if you were on, say, example, a low carb diet, and you came off that diet and all of a sudden you're bringing in carbs and you see that scale just jump up drastically, that is water retention in your muscles. It's stored as glycogen in your muscles and in your liver. And that is the food source for your muscles, basically. That's what's powering you through your workouts. When you take away that food source, your body has to go to its second line of defense and start using fat to get that glycogen in there. So that's the difference between bulking and cutting. My diet won't change, still weighing my food, still keeping track. I'm shooting for half a pound a week. It's going to be for 6 months. And the highest weight I'm willing to go to is 220. 190 to 220, that's quite a bit. That's 30 pounds. Hopefully, not all of it's going to be muscle. That's impossible. Even if you supplement with drugs that are out there. 30 pounds of muscle in 6 months is a ridiculous amount. And it's not realistic. So I would love to see 10 pounds of muscle. And I know that the other 20 pounds is going to be fat, but you got to take in that fat along with that muscle gain. I will go back into a cut. I'm used to doing cuts. I'm comfortable in them. Hopefully I will have gained enough muscle that this next cut, I'll be able to take my body fat down low enough that I don't turn into a scarecrow and I've got good muscle mass and I actually get those 6-pack abs that I've been hunting. And I'm going to keep on that hunt until I get them. This is going to be my first working set. I've already warmed up. All right, guys, we're moving into the third working set. I'm going to drop this down all the way to 150, both sides. And we'll get on with it. I'm going to do this to failure. All right, 150 per arm, 350 pounds total. Had a hard time keeping my light ass on the ground. I was trying to lift me up off the ground. That's where Planet Fitness or wherever I go to work out outside of here really comes in handy because they got a lap bar that comes across. I don't know a solution. for that in my home gym. That got me pretty good. That was a good set. All right, on to the next one. All right, third and last set of these. Let's go full stack, see how we do. If I have to back off it, I will. Hopefully I won't. And like I said, this machine will try to drag me into it, me and the bench. So I've got to brace my feet against the foot here. It's a little bit awkward. I don't get as much cable length as I need, but I still get a good stretch. So hopefully this is a good set. We're going to do this to failure. Let's get it done. All right, last set of these. I was at 100 on my last set. I'm coming up pretty high on this. I'm going to come up to 140. If it's too heavy, I'll back off. But I don't think it will be. This is to failure. Let's get it done. Good set. All right, guys, this is the bicep setup I was talking about. I got the pulley up high. I got the bench here. It's going to be on 2 joints that are actually moving, flexing that bicep. I've got it set at 80, good starting point, just to show you guys. Full stretch. And you want to keep your back out of it. It's a good thing we've already got our back all nice and worn out. And you just pull down with the arms. 2 pivot points, shoulders and elbows. If you start feeling your back get into it or any other muscle groups, stop. You fatigued or you're doing the exercise wrong. Not wrong, but you're either going too fast, you're going too slow, you haven't got a mind-muscle connection. You should feel this in your bicep. All right, that was the example. I'm going to continue on with working sets, and I'll see you guys in a minute. We're on to the second set. That first set was way too light. I felt like I could do rips forever, so we're going to go ahead and bump this way up. Going from 110 to 160 on the second set. Let's see if we can get a little fatigue going here. That's a little bit better. All right, still a lot of reps. Took a while before I could feel the lactic acid start to build up. Third and last set is going to be full stack. We'll get on with it. Well, it's time for the third set of these. Last 2 sets were way too light. bumping this up to full stack. So let's get it on there. 200 pounds. Let's see if we can get this to failure this time instead of just lactic acid buildup. All right, took a bit. We got to failure. Whew. All right, I move on to a couple other bicep exercises, just basic concentration curls, some hammer curls, and that'll end my workout. And I'll see you guys at the end of the video. All right, guys, that's the first bulk day workout. This is the pump. I love the first pump you get with the carb load coming from a cut into a bulk. I've done this several times, not to the extent I've carried it this time around, but that carb load, the pump is just, you can't beat it. Unfortunately, this will only be with me for 30 minutes. Here's the back. I'm not too good at flexing back, but you get the idea. Triceps looking pretty good. All right, guys. Thank you for coming with me on my first bulk day. Happy Valentine's Day. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow is leg day. It'll be nice and heavy, or at least as heavy as I can go in this gym. So join me tomorrow. See you guys.